Hello students, today I am going to discuss a few more objectives on the same chapter. Right here is the objectives are there on the screen. This chapter is the first human reproduction, right? So here male system and female system, then the two systems will produce the gametes, right? Then what are the pathway, perfect pathway to reach the sperm cell into the ova, right, during the fertilization, right? Will starts with the first objective. Which of the following depicts the correct pathway of transport of sperms? This is the NEET second phase 2006. It was asked. So in the diagram, check it here. These are the seminiferous tubules where the cursor is moving. Seminiferous tubule, it will be opens into tubulae recti is there one part. Then after only reta testis, right? So here they asked what no correct pathway of transport of sperm from the seminiferous tubules to how it comes out. What are the correct pathway they asked? Here reta testis, after that epididymis, then after efferent ductals and vas differentia given. Second option is a reta testis efferential duct. That's a vas efferentia. Then epididymis. Then after vas difference, which is outside there, no, which duct is loops over the urinary bladder, that's called as a vas difference. So here if you go back to that, here epididymis is there. Then after efferential ducts, then reta testis. So correct answer is the B. Okay, sperms leave the seminiferous tubules through the reta testis, then enter the vas efferentia and are temporarily stored in the epididymis for the maturation, then transport via vas difference. See, this sequence is very important. Reta testis, efferential ducts, which are the vas efferentia, and epididymis and vas difference last. See, here is the efferentia A, B, C, D. E come here, then last D will come. It was quite reverse. Right? I hope you clear this question, right? Which was asked in the second phase in 2016. We'll move on to the next one. So here seminal plasma in human is rich in seminal plasma, which was 2010 question. Fructose, calcium and certain enzymes, and fructose calcium but has no enzymes. Here check it, no enzymes has given here. Glucose and certain enzymes but has no calcium. Fructose and certain enzymes but poor in calcium. Here calcium is very poor. Here is no calcium, no enzyme. So here these B, C, D are the not answers. Proper answer is the fructose, calcium, certain enzymes. See here fructose. This is the energy source. That's why in this test tube see a fluid. Calcium, mechanics. Calcium, without calcium there is no chance of motility and penetration, right? Enzymes, it can travel that. Seminal plasma is an alkaline cocktail. Okay, fructose, it is a fuel for the sperm motility. Calcium aids in the fertilization mechanism. You know that cortical mechanism will be takes place. And the enzymes like a hyaluronase and proteases, these will be facilitate the sperm capacitation or penetration when the sperm is trying to move into the ova through the corona radiata, zona pellucida. Extraction purpose, hyaluronase enzyme. These are the sperm lysins. We call it sperm lysins. So correct answer is the fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes. That's the reason during any suspected what you call murders by the rape. In that case, the female vagina have a fructose content is there that traces. Forensic department will find she was killed before what you call because of the rape, like that. Fructose is the source. We can easily assume who is the victim, right? How she was died like that, right? Next, we'll go for the next question. The part of the fallopian tube closest to the ovary. This is also 2010 question. The part of the fallopian closest to the ovary. See, this is the ovary. This is the ovary, which is the close infundibulum is there. Fimbria is there, but fimbria is the pore infundibulum. First part of the oviduct is the infundibulum. Second is the isthmus. Third is the ampulla. Ampulla, which is closest to the what you call fundus of the uterus. But if ovary, it's a very nearer is the infundibulum. See, such a question, very easy question. But which is the closest to the ovary? You should write here infundibulum, right? See, the oviduct is sequential from the ovary to uterus. Ovary to uterus is the first one is the infundibulum, catches the ovum by finger like what you call fimbriae and isthmus and ampulla. Here is the isthmus ampulla junction only fertilization takes place, right? We'll move on to the next. The main function of the mammalian corpus luteum is to produce corpus luteum. You can blindly write it's a progesterone, right? The main function of the mammalian corpus luteum, right? You learned in the menstrual cycle. This is the 2014 question. Progesterone is a hormone, HCG from the placenta. Relaxin only from the ovary. Estrogen only from the what you call these male female sex hormones, right? Graph follicle ruptures and leaves the behind corpus luteum, secretes a progesterone, and again maintain the endometrium. This will be takes place in the function of the progesterone. Answer is the B, right? Next one is the what is the correct sequence of the sperm formation? I told here is the complete thumbnail only, that pathway of the sperm cell. That's the gametogenesis is very very important. See what is the correct sequence of the sperm formation? How the sperm is formed? Previously learned sperm pathway, spermatogonia and spermatozoa, spermatocyte, spermatid. Right? Spermatogonia, spermatozoa. They given wrong. Spermatid, spermatocyte, and spermatogonia is wrong, right? Spermatogonia, that's a primordial germ cell, PGC. Spermatogonia, spermatocyte, spermatid, spermatozoa. Here is the spermiogenesis and spermiation. So answer is the 6. C is the right. C is the correct answer. This is the process spermatogonia and primary spermatocyte by the mitosis. Primary spermatocyte undergoes the meiotic division, form as a haploid secondary spermatocytes. Then spermatids, spermatid to spermatozoa. Here spermiogenesis, here is the spermiation takes place. Right? This is the answer is the C. Next we'll move on to the next question. See which one of the following statement about human sperm is correct. Regarding the human sperm, which is the correct means rest of will be wrong will be there. Should find the which is the correct statement. Statement based you have to focus properly. Which one of the following statement about human sperm is correct? So a chromosome serves as a sensory structure leading to the sperm towards the worm. Wrong. That's the that what do you call anti-fertilizing. Fertilizing is a different. That's wrong. The sperm lysins in a chromosome, which we've discussed previously, hyaluronic acid, sperm lysins, dissolve the egg envelope, facilitating the fertilization. So this is exactly right. Acrosome serves no particular function. Wrong. Acrosome have a sperm license. Function is there. That's why C is wrong. Acrosome has a conical structure used for mechanically passing the egg. No, it's a chemical, not only mechanical. So this is the fertilization cone. When sperm is reached here, the sperm license will be released from the acrosome. That's why that's a chemical reaction. Fertilization is a chemical reaction, not just mechanical. See the D explanation given. The acrosome, which the Golgi body is a very very important acrosome. How it is formed. This is the derivative of the Golgi apparatus. Releases the hyaluronase enzyme and acrosin to biochemically digest and worms productive layer will be make into small hole and sperm entered. Right? That's the answer is the B. Right? We'll move on to the next one. Which one of the following is a not a function of the placenta? See here 2013 NEET question. Please focus on that. The question whether they asked not, are they incorrect, are they not true, like that. It's like a trap. Okay. Here is a not a function of placenta. Secrete estrogen. Is it a function? No. Facilitates the supply of oxygen and nutrients to the embryo. That's the only function, right? Secretes the oxytocin during the parturition and facilitate the removal of carbon dioxide and waste material. So here, which one of the following is a not a function, right? Which is a not a function. Secretes oxytocin during the parturition. Okay, this is not a function. Remaining three are the functions. See, placenta secretes estrogen and small quantity of estrogen, progesterone, HCG, HPL, hormone chorionic gonadotropin hormone. HPL is a hormone, prolactin, lactogen, placental lactogen, and maternal pituitary secretes the oxytocin. Okay, here secretes oxytocin is the what you call pituitary gland, which is the posterior lobe will secrete. Am I right? That's why this is the C is the not a function of the placenta. Okay, see here they have an explanation. What the explanation here? When here is the while a placenta initiate the fetal ejection reflex, the powerful oxytocin required for the uterine contractions is released from the mother's posterior pituitary, not placenta. This is very, very important. Fully developed fetus and placenta will be, but placenta won't be secrete. Okay, everyone will be confused here. Placenta won't be secrete the what is oxytocin. It is oxytocin secreted from the pituitary secretions, right? What are the hormones secreted by the placenta? Right? Estrogen, progesterone, HCG, SPL. Got it? Right. We'll move on to the next one. Here say colostrum, the yellowish fluid secreted by the mother during the initial lactation. It imparts immunity to the infant because 2019 question is a very important IgA, IgA, immunoglobulin alpha. Nature killers is not wrong, not a correct answer. Monocytes not a correct answer. Macrophages also not a correct answer. Newborn have a what they have here is the immunoglobulin A, IgA. Actually, how many immunoglobulins are there? You learn in the what do you call in the class 5. I have given as a code mad egg, right? Mad egg. That is the MAD, mad EG. Like that, you have to remember M for mu, IG, M. A for alpha, D for delta, E for epsilon, G for gamma. Right? Newborns have immature immune system. That's why colostrum provides immediate positive immunity by the transferring the maternal IgA antibodies directly into the infant's digestive tract. They will act as a shield in the infant, right? I hope you clear. This last one is the primary function of copper ions in the copper releasing IUDs. This is the 2017 NEET reproductive health. You know that this is a very simple question. Primary function of the copper suppress sperm motility and fertilizing capacity. When sperm enter, the copper will be released and will be act on the sperm. Then the sperm won't be moved. You know that vigorous movement is required, but here is not happening. Then fertilizing capacity will be decreased. Copper ions are toxic to sperm. They act locally within the uterus to versatile increase phagocytosis and completely paralyze the sperm motility. Then they should not be reach the particular area, right? What are the function of copper ions here? They have a phagocytic nature and then automatically sperm won't be moved, right? Next one. Here is a which of the following statement is incorrect regarding the vasectomy? Incorrect. Vasectomy incorrect. Right? Vasectomy, vas difference males, right? 2016 it was asked. Irreversible sterility. They asked me incorrect. Incorrect means what? Correct, incorrect, wrong. We should find the wrong one. Irreversibility is the sterility, right? Okay. No sperm occurs in the seminal fluid. Okay, because of it won't be come out. No sperm occurs in the epididymis. Vas difference is cut and tied. This is incorrect. They asked. Okay, wrong. Okay, this is correct, incorrect. Okay, which of the following statement is incorrect? Okay, it means what? No, wrong one. This is right. Fourth one is right. Second one is right, and first one is right. No sperm occurs in epididymis is wrong. Vasectomy serves the transport tube. Okay, means spermatogenesis continue normally in the testes, and sperms still enter the epididymis. They simply cannot exit into the ejaculated duct. Okay, they will be formed and it come to the epididymis. So that's why here no sperms in epididymis will be there. Okay, that's the reason answer is the C. Right? And next question is the technique called as the gamete intrafollicular GIFT recommended for females. 2011 question mark. This is a very important. The technique called as a gamete gift. Okay, gamete intra. That's a what now? IVF or in vitro or in vivo. I have to find it. Gamete you are transferring now fertilization takes place inside. That's why in vivo condition. In which condition females opted this one? Who cannot produce an ovum? Who cannot retain the fetus inside the uterus? Wrong. Whose cervical canal is too narrow? This is also wrong. Who cannot provide the suitable environment? No, no, this is wrong. Answer is the A, because of who cannot produce an ovum. That's why I have to take the gamete from the donor and have to as such as transfer into the fallopian tube, remaining all naturally happening. Right? Donor ovum, intact fallopian tube, and gift will be. The G stand for the gamete. If female cannot produce her own ova but has a healthy condition, fallopian tube is good, uterus is good, she can able to carry the complete gestation period. Okay, she is fit for the to gestation period. That's why called as the answer is the A. Right? That's the thing. Ma. Here is a complete MCQs completed. Now methods we are going to discuss in the next video. Thank you.